Okay. According to everything here, I'm live. Um, until somebody leaves me a comment, I really won't know if I'm live or not. I'm trying to test out this new Streamyard. Um, and so I'm not really sure how it's working, but there was a couple of ways I could have went live. One was, it says, there we go, Rebel Jack. Cool, man. Okay, how's the sound? Is everything okay? Can you hear me well? Hello, Margot. Glad to see you. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm on my front porch as usual, and the sun's on the other side of the house. So, Pete the Patriot, thank you, brother, for being here for this test. I was wanting to check out a few things. So I'm going to go over here. Pete, I'm going to just grab you up right here. And I'm going to see if this works. Let's see. Look at there. We got Pete the Patriot now. So I've got some banners and stuff that I can use. Let's go to Margot. Let's see what Margot's got to say. Well, that's Willman. Okay, I jumped past you, Margot. But see, now I can put you up there on the screen with me. That's great. That simply means that now I've got to take these hands and coordinate with my eye and my brain and somehow be able to talk to you and do all this with my other hand. So everything sounds good. I said Margot's name, so there she is. This is great. All right, I'm going to try a couple other things here. Let's see what my banners do. Let's see if I can put a pro-life banner up there. There you go. And let's see what else we might have here. We'll hide that, and we have Deplorable Bobby. My PayPal is there, so everything's looking good. I'm going to jump back to my comments. All right, we have Deborah Baker, Deidre Baker, Dangerous Freedom, Sandra Ann McGibbon, Margot, Philip Turner, Jeff Brandow. Thank you, brother. Sandra Ann McGibbon. It's always good to see you. It's good to see all of you here. And like I say, I'm just trying to do a test on StreamYard. Everybody was doing it. I saw Tony Patriot go there, and then I think Pete uses it. Everybody started using StreamYard instead of Streamlabs. So I'm trying to do the same thing. I followed Tony. I followed his lead on how to get started on this channel, and now I'm still following his lead. Tony's a great guy. I don't see him in here, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But, since I have you here, Trump's holding an event with the Prime Minister of India. I think his name is Prime Minister Modi, or Modi, however you pronounce it. But this guy was singing Trump's praises today, if y'all heard that. One dirty, rotten imbecile 69. Let me see here. Who's got a good comment that I can put up there? Let's try Spirit Dancer. Dangerous Freedom said hello to her. So you see, that's great. I can put all this stuff up there, and I'll try to wait until we're in a conversation, and there's a lot of stuff to show you, because there's going to be a lot of good comments. So let's just stick pro-life there for now. But since I got you here, I might as well talk for at least a few minutes. Make sure everything's working good. So I'm going to go back to my comments so I can see what y'all are saying. Now, I know I don't look good, but if the camera's okay and focused, let me know. If you can hear me well, let me know, and I'll deal with the lighting as it gets later tonight. But I might as well tell you a little something I read today, and I thought it was sort of funny because, this guy we got to the north of us, we're all the time talking about Mexico. It's always Mexico. But we have an idiot just to the north of us in Canada, and this effeminate, and I say that lightly, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau got caught wearing blackface again. Well, many people are pretending to be really surprised, but as a matter of fact, They shouldn't be surprised. He's wore blackface at least 3 other times. I guess this guy has a real hard problem coming up with a costume. I mean, he's I don't know, maybe he's a member of the LB or LGBT community. I don't know. But it sort of sounds like your super sensitive brother-in-law. You ever had one of those brother-in-laws or somebody in your family who's always claiming to be a feminist? They believe in women's rights and all this, but then you turn around and he's the exact same member of the family that's being a sexist, and he's hitting on the babysitter. See, that's what we have in Canada with Trudeau. We have a professed feminist who hits on the babysitter. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. And whatever they accuse you of doing, they are in fact doing it themselves. And that's also the story of Trudeau. See, Trudeau, just to the north of us in Canada, is just like the demon rats here in America. You use the wrong word in front of a demon rat or Trudeau, and they're going to launch a self-righteous attack and a lecture on you like you've never heard. But beyond all doubt, Trudeau is one of the most sanctimonious heads of state on the earth. He is so sanctimonious. He wrote in there on his daddy's skirt tails. That's the only reason he's prime minister. But what happens in Canada likes to filter over into America. So yeah, Trudeau is a closet racist, and he has been all of his life. That's why he's so sanctimonious. We won't notice a racist and the truth of that racist, especially about this Canadian prime minister, because he can do anything. And as I said, on 3 other occasions, Trudeau wore blackface. And according to the prime minister himself, there could be more blackface photos and incidents out there. He just really can't remember how many times he's wore blackface. Well, for a fact, I've never worn blackface. The number of times I've worn blackface is absolutely 0. I'm being a little bit judgmental, I'll admit that, but Trudeau used to be, he used bad discretion to wear blackface at least 3 times. But where's the outrage? There is none. But you let me wear blackface, a nobody, and go out in public, and what's going to happen? I'm going to be attacked by the blacks and the whites. But yet this guy can wear blackface. He can get away with it. He takes no responsibility for his actions. He acts like a kid. He acts like some kid who's been sitting in his mom's basement for the last 20 years playing X-rated video games and playing with himself. He blames privilege for his problems. Privilege removes all responsibility from everybody around him as well as himself. Who does that sound like? That sounds a lot like Hillary Rotten Clinton, doesn't it? Along with Barack Obama and Comey and McCabe and all these other people that get away with murder, literal murder. They get away with it. Let's see what people are saying. Rebel Jack said, don't get a tan. That red turns to freckles. Pretty good, brother. And Jeff Brandau says he's got to go. I hate that. Got to go to a football party. All right, we're going to get back over here and we're going to get that off of there. It takes me a second to learn to do this. Let's see if this works. There you go. And then we'll go back to comments. Yeah, it takes a little coordination to do this. Maybe that'll slow me down. Maybe I won't just read all the time and get wound up and, get lost in the moment. Maybe with this program, it'll keep me grounded a little bit and keep me in the chat and keep me swapping banners. I can already tell I'm going to have to go premium with this. There's no way around it. In order to have my overlays and my backgrounds and and multiple banners, and to get rid of this little uh, watermark up there in the corner. I guess it's over there in the corner. I'll get rid of that watermark, and we'll be able to, interact a little better. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad y'all people showed up. I'm going to finish this, though, before I leave. So the way it boils down, it's, Trudeau can say anything he wants to. He said something like this: I did something awful at least 3 times because society itself is rotten. See, he's not blaming himself for wearing blackface. He's saying society made him wear blackface. So therefore, Trudeau is compelled to tell you he has to live your life for you and tell you what's okay. His justification comes from privilege and nothing else. And he's the only one who buys it. But it's the dumbest group of people in the world that buy it besides him, and that's the mainstream media. They buy this garbage. We've had people in America in the public eye who have also worn blackface. And MSN didn't really get upset with them because they were demon rats. Remember that? Remember, what was it? The governor of Virginia, I think it was, wore blackface. Northam, I think was his name. So, yeah. So we've had, Americans wear blackface, and as long as they're demon rats, they can get away with it, just like Trudeau and Northam and anybody else. But you let a Republican or a conservative wear blackface, which we never would. Why would we? We have an imagination. If we want to go somewhere and we want to go to a costume party or we want to do something on Halloween, we have an imagination. We can go as anything in the world that we can imagine, dress ourselves up, paint our faces, wear masks, and become that entity that you dreamed up. Or maybe it's somebody from Star Wars or some of these horror things or some of these zombies. Who cares? At least you have the imagination to do something besides black your face. You see all these demon rats who black their face, they have no imagination. They don't have imagination. They don't have foresight. They can't see tomorrow. Everything for them is today. It's got to happen today. And whatever happens today in the demon rat world will be forgotten tomorrow. Because we conservatives are not going to argue the point. We're not going to drag them across the coals like they should be. It's just like McCabe. Still no indictment. My Lord, what does it take to get an indictment for treason? Well, Hillary's got away with it for going on 3 years now, maybe longer, along with Obama and Clapper and Brennan, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page. The list just keeps growing. How many people have you seen arrested? Well, I can tell you, I don't really know the exact number, but I can guarantee you this. Every one of them that's been arrested, like Manafort and all these others, they were all conservative Trump supporters. They're the ones who were prosecuted. We've not seen one demon rat prosecuted in a court of law. Not since Trump has took office and not before. I say it's time we get off of these conservatives and we get on to those demon rats, and let's drag them before a judge. Let's drag them before a tribunal or a grand jury, whatever it takes. We have more than enough evidence on all of these demon rats to put them away forever, if not to take their life for treason. Because I'll remind you, people, shortly after Trump took office, he made a executive order that said anyone, a citizen of the United States who is convicted of trafficking of any kind or corruption could face the death penalty. He did that for a reason. I'm ready to see the heads roll. How about you? Let's see what she has to say today. Sandra Ann McGibbon, I'm always happy to see you. Yet, there will be accountability. Oh, I believe it too. I believe it too, my friend. The time will come. The time will come. And just like he said, amen. Thank you, Harley and God, Guns and Rednecks. Glad you're here, brother. Yeah. Let's see what Dangerous Freedom. He always has something good to say. Hang 'em high. That's right. Hang 'em high, hang 'em low. It don't matter as long as their feet's off the ground. But anyway, I don't want to get totally blocked off of YouTube for saying stuff like this. So I'm going to get you off of there for just a minute, my friend. And we'll go back to a banner here. And we'll put a little pro-life on there. But you know, it's always great. I'm gonna quit talking about this demon rat. I've already gotten off my script and I don't really care. I did what I think. All right, I'm gonna ask all of you right now. I'm gonna get back to my comments. And compared to my other live streams, do me a favor in the comments. Either give me a thumbs up that this is okay and it's working all right for you, or if I should go back to Streamlabs, then give me a thumbs down. If y'all could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. So Sandra Ann McGibbon, I'm going to call out some people while y'all are thumbing me up or thumbing me down. Harley and God and Guns and Rednecks. Man, I'm glad you're here too. You said it was good to be here. Sandra Ann McGibbon, Rebel Jack, Margot, Deidre Baker, Kay Lee, my May official. I'll tell you what, you people are great. Prepper Smith, glad you're here, brother. There's people in here I haven't seen before. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'll be back at 8 o'clock tonight. And I've got some stories. Maybe you'll find a little bit amusing, but if they weren't so tragic. But I've got some stuff for you tonight at 8 o'clock. I'll see you then. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Spirit Dancer, Pete the Patriot, Prepper Smith, Harley, God, Guns, and Rednecks. Thank you, One Dirt and Roddy Imbecile 69, Pete the Patriot, and Florida Jim. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, people. Thank you, my friends, for helping me do this test. And I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight. God bless, and God be with you. See you then.